Hello everyone. This class we are going to learn about systems approach in administrational management in education. During 1960s, researchers began to analyze organizations from a system perspective based on the physical sciences. This is a contemporary approach which could be described as an intellectual discipline for utilizing science and technology to attack complex large-scale problems with a view to solve it by an objective, rational, complete and thoroughly professional method called the system approach, and is also known as management technology. It has brought to educational management a scientific approach for solving educational administrative problems. System is defined in the dictionary as an assemblage of objects united by some form of regular interaction or interdependence, or organic or organized whole as the solar system or a new telegraphy system. Then Crinkleton and Finch define system as a collection of elements interacting with each other to achieve a common goal. A system is a set of interrelated and interdependent constituent parts of arranged in a manner that produces a unified whole. There are the two types of system, closed system and open system. An organization that does not get influenced and interacts less with its outer environment and therefore gets little feedback from it is called a closed system. An open system, in comparison, continually interacts with the environment, receives inputs, forms external environment, processes them, and supplies output to external environment. Therefore, the system is always well informed about various changes that occur within its surroundings and its position is relative to these changes. The important features of the system subsystem synergy. An organization is an integral and purposeful system which consists of several interconnected, interaction and interdependent constituent elements. And synergy, each subsystem derives its power by its interrelation and interaction with other subsystems. As a result, the collective contribution of the organization is greater than the cumulative of individual contribution of its subsystems. Elements of a system: inputs, transformation process, outputs, feedback. System approach to education. Educational institutions are viewed globally as a system. Education is considered as a complex organization of technical, sociological, managerial, and institutional subsystems. The system approach to education thus considered education as an input-output system, such as the process of teaching and learning can be considered to be a very complex system. Structure of educational system: inputs, process, output, feedback. This is the structure of the educational system. Objectives of system approach to education: identifying and stating goals to be achieved, identifying the process, method, techniques and strategies, building up theoretical foundations justifying the relevance of these process, determining specific interaction visualized existing among various other components of inputs, specifying the various kinds of control need to the total system at different points. Steps of the system approach: the system approach focuses on the investigation, analysis and design of the entire system rather than to pay attention to the components of the parts. This approach emphasizes to view a problem in its totality, taking into consideration all the facts and all the tangled parameters. System approach forms the basis to combine the technology as per the need. A system approach attempts to maximize the quality of the output by transforming the input to a course in such a way as to facilitate the optimal assimilation of knowledge and skill to take place during the process of learning. Analysis of the existing situation, setting up goal for the desired situation, defining mechanism to evaluate the achievement of the goals, generating alternative solutions, choosing the best possible solution through cost benefit analysis, detailing the design of system, outlining the monitoring mechanism, working out for introducing the solution. The steps involved in using system approach for curriculum design, various elements of the basis system that can be used the design and development of almost all type of teaching learning situation as follows. Elements used during the input stage as follows: pre-assessment of the pupil's entry behavior, content to be taught and instructional material to be used, desirable attitude and aptitude of pupils to be considered, formulation of the object learning outcomes, cost factor. The elements using during process stage as follows: deciding suitable teaching strategies and methods, selection of appropriate instructional media and material, formulation of teaching learning scheme or timetable, selection of appropriate evaluation procedure, system operating and implementation, evaluation of learning outcomes and objectives. Using the system approach in practice. The system approach is the function of logical and common sense based on the sound foundation. Due to this approach, the consideration of all required data, necessities, and factors of frequent conflicts that usually form the heart of the complex real-life problem is possible. In executing the system approach, it is the vital important to understand that although the decision taking in every stage are always affected by decision taken at earlier stages. The importance of system approach for education. It provides a framework for planning, decision making, controlling, and problem solving. It throws light the dynamic nature of management. It provides an integrated focuses on the effect of institutions. It helps to view the institution as a whole and not as a part. It helps the manager identifying the critical subsystem and their interaction with each other. It helps the institution to improve. It helps the school administration and management to bring effectiveness and efficiency in their functioning. It helps the system planning of education and institution. It adjusts optimum utilization of research. It helps in improving examination and evaluating system.